Nutcracker Podcast.
Hello again, beautiful people, from day 2 at the Web Summit. Here again with our delighted guest at the Global Nutcracker Podcast. I want to introduce everyone with Susanne Drews from Champ.ai. Hi, Susan, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for the invite.
So, Susan, what does your company do?
Well, Champ.ai is a mobile app to make leaders better. So we focus on empathetic leadership. You have different features like role play to train difficult conversations. You have empathetic wording where you can change and improve your emails. You have micro learnings. And least but not last, the very feature is well-being tracker, because most of the managers, they really don't take care that much of their well-being. So this app also focuses on what have you eaten, how did you sleep, do you do enough sports, how much water did you drink today. Also, hey, you have a meeting in half an hour, how do you feel? Maybe you should eat something, or maybe you should go around the block to calm down a little bit to be prepared for the meeting. So this is what we do.
Fantastic. You know, as a manager for the past 7 years, that sounds very interesting because I'm not doing any of those things. I just go with the flow. And sometimes the work is crowding and, you work for 14 hours. Sometimes you work for 16 hours. So, life is like that. So, how have you seen your product adapting to different markets? Because I think it's a cultural thing, right? Some cultures
Yes.
really don't care a lot about well-being.
Yes. It is a cultural thing in management. Obviously, we have markets where I go really for the middle management, and where middle management is really tough. Like for example, US market or Japan is really tough. Then there are others, the European market, where we are really open-minded for this well-being. Now
Yes.
these days, work-life balance is all over the place.
Fantastic. And when you say, just to clarify for the founders that are listening, because middle upper management are always evolving as terminology depending on the size of the company. So what would you consider middle management, so the people understand, like head of VP level, like where?
Exactly. So middle management is the typical sandwich position where you have your team underneath, and they are really expecting things from you, that you are defending them. And then you have obviously the CEOs on top pushing for the right numbers. So you are in this pressure, you're really in between.
Fantastic. And how big is the team currently, and where are they located?
Well, our team is really small. At the moment, we are 5 people, and we are based in Spain, in Morocco, Dubai, in Georgia.
Well, that's a very interesting map that you just painted out for me. How did it happen?
It happens through contacts. The world is networking. It's networking. So when I had the idea of the app, and I said, I want to build this app, how can I do, obviously, and to be honest, with low budget. So I started with Morocco with 2 wonderful students from the coding school who are developing the app itself. Then the designer is from Georgia, happened also to be a contact from a contact from a contact. And my solution architect, he's more or less between Morocco, but he's morely based in Dubai, which is a contact of a good friend of mine. So networking.
So you know a guy who knows a guy. Basically,
Exactly.
this is how the business. Fantastic. I have nothing against that. That's a very good solution. Good. And let's say, when it comes to how you're managing this team and how you want to scale this team, what are the difficulties that you have encountered along the way? Because these people located in all of these countries, something must have gone wrong somewhere that you had to fix, I imagine.
Yes. So the problem here is that, for example, I myself, I'm not a remote person.
You
I
go to
do
the
not
office. You
like
enjoy the office.
remote working.
Likewise, yes.
I like my office, but obviously with this team, it is a challenge to create this company culture in a remote team. So we have like really rules you have to apply. Like have to be in a meeting, you have to put the video on. I don't like video meetings without the video on.
100% aligned with that one. Cameras must be on.
Exactly. We need to see each other. So in order to really build something, I want to see where do they sit, what is the background, how do they speak, because also if we just have this little square and we just focus
You
on
don't
the
understand the
face.
mimic. You don't know if they're serious about.
Yes.
They could be laying down as they
Yes.
speak, right? So
Yeah.
that's not exactly right.
Exactly. So it is a challenge, but right now it's going very well.
Fantastic. Very happy to listen to this. What are your plans for the next year? Where are you looking to expand?
Obviously, we will take over the world with this app because I think every company needs it. Every company with these middle managers in place would need this special, let's say, personal assistant on top to take care of him. So these are the plans.
I'm going to need you to spill a little bit the tea, okay? You had some problems. Now, how did you solve them? I want the juice for the founders. I want them to understand how you did it.
Communication, really communication, transparent communication. Maybe at some part they would say, "Oh, Susanne, that was really rough and tough." Maybe that's my German background as well. I'm really straight, because there was a time when the camera was off in a meeting, and I said, "Guys, listen, I want to see you. I need to feel what's happening." So this is something in the communication we need to fix right now. Also, I was really expecting that everybody always will be online at the same time, which is obviously not happening. But really talking it through and seeing also the perspective of them, and then they saw my point of view. We fixed it.
Fantastic. What would be some advice that you would give to new founders who want to have a global team?
My advice would be as well, listen, talk to them as much as you can. If you can travel there, if you can travel there, meet them in person, take this time to really spend quality time with the team, to get to know them, to see how they click and how they tick.
Because at the end of the day, those are the people building your company, right?
Exactly.
You cannot do anything on your own. Despite all of the AI shenanigans, you need people to drive everything and to create a global company.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So we'll jump straight away to the rapid fire session. Short questions, precise the German way, okay? Just straight to the point. In 3 words, the key to scaling globally. Only 3 words.
Listen, ask, listen.
Fantastic. Weirdest compliance rule you've ever seen somewhere? I mean, you're German. You guys are somewhat experts on that one.
The weirdest, don't heat up the fish in the microwave.
Fantastic. If time and money wasn't an issue, one country you would expand. You have all the money all the time. Where would you go with your app?
Japan.
Japan. Because there you feel, I also feel from a cultural perspective, there the the self-care of all of the employees, but especially managers, is lacking, if not non-existent, I would say.
Yes.
It
Very
makes
interesting country.
sense. Thank you very much, Susan, for being here. I'm very much looking forward to see how the company will grow in 2026 and hopefully to facilitate some growth for you with native teams. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Have a nice one.
Go global, not nuts.